I really didn't want to make a video. As you can tell, I'm kind of like disheveled. You guys are literally laying on two of my pillows. As you can tell, here's one of them. I can't hold my silence anymore. I don't even know what I'm trying to say right now. I just I'm 27 years old. Like, normally a 27-year-old would be like out, like doing God work. Like, I am Clary's Fluid's spiritual grandchild, like almost really grandchild. Like, why is it that I feel like a bunch of people in this country have just like lost their carbs in their body and have completely chosen sin? Do you people not realize how easy it is for God to heal you? And I almost feel like I'm saying this. I think I just uploaded a video last night of my frustration about, of a lot of things in West Lynn. It just, this freaking state is just turning on itself. The state, maybe the rest of everything. I have not been out of Oregon in a long time. I just find that to be quite awkward and weird. Um, I would like to be able to physically marry Don Jr. without having a lot of you people from the devil around. So, one, excuse me for looking like Selena Quintanilla. Two, excuse me for popping on camera like this, but I don't know why. Because we're allowed to be a mess sometimes. And sometimes when you're going through the toughest part of the war and you don't have the money to buy Hank and Brandon Kuhneman books and stuff like this, I refuse to believe I have something to do with Cinderella. I live my life making my own decisions, and I don't live my life making sinful decisions and thinking that there isn't consequences for the decisions. God is still alive. God is still our Abba Father, and I'm tired of living my life like I just should just be like letting the devil flee from me. Like, I am 27 in my mother's house. This is not something to praise. Do you guys understand me? This is not something to praise back here. Like, all of this. I'm 27 years old. You will never see a 27-year-old living with their mom. Oh, it looks perfect. It looks clean. No. At some point in time, Americans, we need to understand how grateful we are. Like, Stephen Barron needs to understand how grateful he is. Like, it just does not make any sense. We came, backstory, we came up to Canby, Oregon, I think it was like 1999. We had come up here because I was born in 1994. I think that's pretty easy to know. And especially for me. But we came up here. I started kindergarten. It was about 1999. I started kindergarten, I'm sure 19, after that, from like 2000 to 2001, and we moved up to Canby, Oregon years ago. I honestly can't quite remember where our first living places were. It was just all over the place. This is our umpteenth like house. Like, I honestly have kind of lost track. I think my mom is having, and has been having for some years now, an identity crisis. I know I lost belief somewhere in her. I don't know why, but all I just remember back in like 2018, maybe even 2017, um in early 2018, to be quite honest with you. um I just remember being in the teen room. It was pretty much called the teen room, and I had been past that point. I was in my early adulthood then, and now I'm 27, and I'm like, this is just not right. Like, 26 is like, okay, I'm kind of like past the committal, like we're late committal. Just looks like so grueling and irritating that my mom thinks that she can just keep entertaining the idea of me sticking around and me sticking around and me sticking around. I'm not sticking around. Like, we actually needed to do stuff. We actually needed to do stuff, you guys. We actually needed to have God do stuff. Like, it's just like, why do I need a clean face to say that? I have a right to my proper feelings. I have a right to understand that this is the way God needs it to be. And I honestly feel like the thoughts that I had before I hit record on this video, that's gonna be short, dang. Um um the annoying thing is that I don't get to keep these videos. I feel like it's like a side note. Like, I don't get to keep these videos. That for some reason, me having a life aside from my mom is just irritating, and I just keep feeling like I have my dad saying to me outside my head, inside my head. It's just like Tyra says. You have to hear that inside of your head, because in the real world, they're just gonna move on and say next and not care. And excuse me if I'm too honest, but you know what? I came to Cambria, Oregon, so the Niger family can marry into the Barron family. Eric and Niger can marry into, this Shay Carl like brother that I put on another video. It's just, how many more videos do I make, God, for people to finally turn their heads towards you? Like, I went to, okay, this is just weird and just irritating enough. I went to freaking court with this kid that I met in a basketball class in a Britney Spears video. Okay, it's just weird to me, because why is it that they're still not married in to my family? Why is it that I still know that Melanie Bowersox turned Melanie Vance turned Melanie Sperry is supposed to come up here and be Melanie Carmichael? Like, why am I so irritated, feeling as though every single day that I'm alive, that somehow I also have a right to be dead? I'm just so overwhelmed by how stupid this idea is. I don't think she realizes. I don't think my mom realizes. No, I have this. If you really care, you can ask God what that is. I'm just kind of done with this, like, I hate God movement that's going on in my house. I'm done with this I hate God movement that's starting to make its way in America. It's just like annoying. I had to use a freaking all gender bathroom the other day when there's two fucking genders. And even the doctors are gonna say that. I'm like, oh, okay, Nina, you're gonna say you like that, but then you're gonna say that this person who I'll put this on appropriation. I don't think kids need to know this kinds of stuff. But yeah, it just, what does it take for kids, and even after them being almost kids, because we're, oh, okay, we're adults longer than kids. No, we're actually kids longer than we are adults in the spirit. Like, are my frustrations in this video right? Have I been ranting too much? Like, it just, I don't know what to say. I just really do know that I was supposed to marry Donald Trump. My connection with him, my connection with him has caused so many other problems. I'm assuming it's just, I mean, I used to be on his Instagram and look at stuff, and they would just be like, "What are you doing? Like, this is just your anger, and you're taking it out in the wrong way possible. Like, don't you see me? Aren't I here? Your wife? Like, I just know all this time being a physical these days does not mean spiritual, which is probably what something like YouTube and all of this recording and all this kinds of stuff has been looking like. Like, I don't feel like I'm getting respect for my marriage. I feel like I'm getting hated on because Steven does look like uh what is this person's name on the other side? All I know is Maddie Pruitt because for some reason, um, definitely over a week ago, um, the Maddie Pruitt's channel video kind of came up and it was like just about her it was just about her situation. He's the bachelor and nobody really likes to watch that. Um it's just, are we really waiting for the Antichrist to truly rear his head? Or am I worshiping the wrong thing? Like, I just don't even know how much longer I can go without feeling as though there's like carbs on my brain. Like, God, please help me move out of here. Like, now. No, I'm not gonna sit around and wait for Stephen Barron to molest me again because he's got something to do with the Madison Pruitt bachelor and she's sitting across from him. Like, no, I don't feel comfortable with a guy who does this, that, and the other thing. I'll leave the video down below the best way I can. But at the same time, you people need to hold yourself accountable for your sin. You need to hold yourself accountable for the things that you can do. Just because you're still alive and you are presenting yourself in a way where God is just not happy with it, doesn't mean that you can just like break down at any point. Like, I just don't believe. I just, with seeing and then, oh my God, believing behind your eyes. Like, and then it's like, oh my God, I just don't think to believe to see that this situation is right. I don't understand why I came back up here, to be quite honest with you. My dad was already making the moves and doing what God needed him to do. He's still trying to find comfort in being some part of God. And now I'm just looking at myself being so irritated. Like, why didn't I just tell the judge? Like, I would just like to just like have vacations at least with my family and hope that on those vacations that one of these family members also decides to come along. Like, isn't it just became really fun for me to go from Oregon to California to Oregon, and I just did not want to honor the devil, but I didn't want to honor God, I guess. And I don't even know what I'm saying at this point. I'm a 27-year-old. I was supposed to marry Don Jr. Trump years ago. Um, his name is Peter Weber, so there's that enough. Kari and Stephen Barron do not belong together. It is something that needs to be resolved, and my mom needs to quit trying to justify it because she has something but honestly nothing to do with um Erica, uh organizer. Yeah. I came up here to put this woman in my family and, incorporate her into my family. She made herself so popular, and actually I made that video. I'll leave my video down below the best I can. um you can also go on my channel and watch it. I don't think it was that many videos back. I was wearing a black shirt I was supposed to wear last night to go to bed in. Apparently this freaking room is disgusting, and I can admit that, but this is not my self-worth. Like, this kind of stuff didn't happen in my grandma and grandpa's house, and I don't know how they would have even felt of me making YouTube videos. I mean, I found out about YouTube in my grandparents' house to begin with. My grandpa was already kind of helping me get a feel of driving. He would let me take the in the outskirts of Blythe because grandpa lived eucalyptus. You can go on like Google Earth and look at Blythe. I don't know if I want to leave that down below. I really I'll do my best, but it just is just extremely frustrating because we should not have to be online and on the internet just because we can't talk to each other. Like, I honestly feel like there are probably still people out there that are confused as to why Kate Brown is still in office in her position. I have a feeling that she came in sometime before or after my senior year of high school. Like, when did she come in? Like 2013, 2014? Like, it just doesn't make any sense. 2014 was an amazing year for me. I really felt like God was looking up and helping me see things, and I'm not doing things that are sketchy just because my mom doesn't believe in resurrection glory, just because my mom doesn't believe in Yeshua HaMashiach Zikenu. Like, me and Madison Pruitt have these values and have these strengths of God and have these understandings that you can't just use Satan as an excuse in your soul because he's just another stupid idea. Like, it just, no, I'm not okay with a guy that has molested me before in the houses that we've been up here with. No, I'm not okay with any of my family being sinners. No, I'm not okay with my dad starting to look like the opposite of Abraham with this freaking servant girl. And it's even worse nowadays than it ever was back then in the Abraham story because the truth is out, and I really just can't not get over that Madison Pruitt has something to do and Peter Weber has something to do with my situation. It is just disgusting. Like, before I left up here, what was it, like 2005? 2005, the cops had come into the house and they raided the house. They looked because Steven had a hard time respecting my mom, and especially like when we like came up here and like everything else. And it just is like, I always say that I come from the Breakthrough Barons, but I say that they're the Breakthrough Barons because they need to turn their anger into breakthrough. Like, if you're gonna be angry, at least be angry at the devil. Like, screw you, devil. Like, punch. Like, it just is like confusing why my spiritual family is so much more different than my regular family. Like, Thomas Horn literally looks like my Uncle Rick. Like, I'm not making these things up by any means. Like, and Uncle Rick, I mean, he's not really that related to me. He's related to my grandma's sister, Dara. It's just, I don't know. I did think I tried on like Facebook to like connect and talk to her, and I guess now they're like catching up with the internet times and like what's been kind of going on. But it is just so bothersome and so strange. Like, I honestly have not seen and physically been right up and next to like my grandparents. Like, apparently they say grandma has Alzheimer's. I just find this stuff to be so ridiculous. Like, why? We're all looking for carbs, people. We're all looking for food. And you cannot use the devil and you cannot use Satan as an excuse. And I don't 100% know if Madison Pruitt ever said, like, maybe Yeshua has a greater purpose in this, and his greater purpose in this is to, like, evangelize Peter Weber and get him to be saved. And maybe that's the love of God that he was looking for, because it doesn't not look like something. I'm supposed to marry the Trump family, so whenever we can get the ball rolling on that, because I've been watching a lot of JWOWW, Jenny Farley lately, and especially on Jersey Shore, and it just does not make any sense why we have to have an Angelina. Like, Kari showed up with, didn't she show up with trash bags? Like, what the fuck is this, There's freaking like fruit flies in my goddamn room. Like, what the F? This is not a kitchen. And there you go. And this freaking house is big. over 3 bedroom house. I can't even go downstairs and use the kitchen. Like, if if I do that, then they're all of a sudden offended. If I do that, then it's all of a sudden everything's up in arms, and you have to go like this just to make sure that people aren't going crazy. Like, this is why I leave the house on a daily basis, because I can't wrap my head around how stupid the devil is. And I needed to be on a plane years ago, 2018, early spring 2018. Like, it's almost like before April. Like, what is it, January, February, March, April, early spring, if not earlier. Like, I can't quite remember. I think April was like a late, ooh, like, yeah, March, yeah, somewhere between, ooh, I want to say somewhere in like early March. It was when I needed to go. If not February, I needed to go on an African mission trip and just let God just like have his way. And I just apologize to all Americans. I apologize to all Americans. I've said this before on this channel. They say sex sells, so I was just like, okay, JWOWW, here we go, revealing the tatas. Like, I'm just done with being in a house that keeps, they just keep like being okay with sin. Like, I'm 27 in a house where I'm like being permanently 16, if not almost 17. Like, it just does not make any sense. This house has like over 3 bedrooms. Let's see, my mom's bedroom, my bedroom I'm in right now, that I'm in right now, um, the entertainment bedroom, which would be like the one literally like right there on the other side of what would be the stairs, the entertainment bedroom, my nephew's bedroom, who's like his uncle Micah, then um my niece's bedroom, and then their bedroom. So there's just a lot of bedrooms. Yeah, there's 6 bedrooms from what I know of. 6 bedrooms, and for some reason this whole past summer, my nephew um was like just upset with Kari because she kept shoving him in a room all summer, and now all of a sudden they are being really high key adamant about um having the kids go to school. I'm gonna tell you something. I've really struggled to get food to me. It is pathetic how Teresa makes yourself look. It is. You're miserable, and you're miserable, and just because I show up in a video like this, not looking like not cared for, like I need to take another shower, it is just frustrating. Like, I just feel like I should have never broken off my relationship with my dad. I think that was almost a mistake. The physical relationship with my dad, like, I don't want to ignore the things that for God he was doing, just because he really does have something to do with Jonathan Kahn, um, probably a bunch of other prophets, for all I know. Um, if Clarice Fluid's my spiritual grandma, okay, where else is God in that position? We just need to use our whole beings and our whole selves for God, and this is probably why, Lord, I have not popped out any children out of me. I am still a virgin at 27 years old. Praise God, hallelujah, amen. Um, I'm just tired. I'm extremely exhausted. If any doctor other than Dr. Harwell in Canby, Oregon, were to look at me, he'd say, you're just tired and exhausted. You're just not getting the care, and it's been really difficult for you. And I'm like, yeah, I know it's difficult for me. And I tried to reach back out to him to kind of give him the validation, because he did. He did back in 2019 when I saw him. He did ask me, because he just always, I mean, it's just good to know like what you're doing wrong. And he did say, um, are you drinking coffee? Are you drinking soda? And I just wish I would have said, like, it's just the only thing that I can get my hands on. It's just anything free that pops up to me. It just is what it is. I'm just tired of feeling like I have to live in the light of being perfect all the time. I just need to rest and hear everything that God needs me to hear. Like, why is it, why are we making a game about this? The rail said, like, I just feel like at some point in time, he needs to understand that I should be taking care of the Trump family, and there should be no argument about it, because you, Teresa, you just need to understand that I don't know if I documented it and back in 2016. I don't even remember. I don't even believe that I posted any videos. Back then, um 2016 was a really hard year for me, kind of mentally. I just sat back with my spirit, like, this too shall pass. Like, this is gonna be memory. Like, and it's gonna be such a memory that you and your husband are gonna laugh at it. Like, this, I was just so stupid. But I don't want to laugh at it. It's like, love about it, and God's love about it. And can't that be enough? Like, why can't things be perfect for you, Teresa? Why is it that I have to live and still in your house at 27 years old? Like, I don't think you realize that your friends have already caught on, especially people like your Lisa Marie Presley name, like, friend, who's caught on. She's caught on to my mom. She just is just like, she's just not being honest, and it's just slowly tearing things apart. And I have a feeling my mom is about to lose her relationship with me. Physically, I can't keep living in this house feeling like she might be trying to be Yolanda Saldivar, embezzling funds and trying to kill people. It's just like wrong. Like, no, I'm not okay with a guy that kisses other women. No, I'm not okay with anything. Like, was Madison Pruitt supposed to look like Erica Nizer, who's actually Colette Butler for me? Like, I've been saying to myself for a while now, I don't think Erica will ever thank God enough, because um I don't think she'll ever be able to thank Colette for being the example that I needed in my life. Like, I needed somebody who was gonna back me up and tell me, no, it's okay for you to be a virgin, because I'm here with you, being a virgin with you. Like, it's okay for you to be what God calls you and what God says about you, because that's the right thing. And I just know there has to be other people out there like me, because I'm not alone. I'm not somebody else. I don't know what to say. I just hope that you guys meet me at my church. And heck, if it's, I normally park in the back, so please don't, be crazy in the back of the church or whatever. But I don't present myself. I don't try to talk to people. I don't socialize when I get to church. I don't know why. I think this mindset that my mom has had needs to fade off. It needs to fade out, and my anger needs to subside and just honestly just go away. Like, I can't sit here in a house and feel like my body is trying to turn into the disease pig that Kari Damon Barron is. Like, what? Like, oh, well, you forgot the rose part. Well, you know what? You forgot that you needed to leave my house. Like, Kari Barron is not my sister-in-law. I have a lot of other Barron family members that she was supposed to meet in military school, freaking Air Force, And yeah, there's a show called Army Wives that she was supposed to be in and everything else. Why am I still here 27 and living at mom's house? Like this just looks sketchy. Why is it that Teresa doesn't get the eyes? Like why is it that people don't look at Teresa? Like no, she's got some GMOs. Like, there's something wrong with her. Why is it that and especially like a lot of people that have done that, and I thank you guys for that impartation from her and then impartation from me. It's see again, I'm just tired of I'm just tired of watering down my mom's salt sculptures because she can't let go, or I can't let go, or and it's just I'm just done. Kari Barron was never going to be my sister-in-law, was never supposed to be my sister-in-law. She's Angelina from Jersey Shore, and I'm frustrated. I don't even know what 100%, like I don't even know what to name this video, and that's what I've been trying to say because I'm just done. I'm just frustrated. I feel like my body is becoming depleted because I can't take care of it. I just don't have the time to honor the devil and do this whole stupid thing. Like, why does it Stephen Barron just go kill himself? Like, it just does not make any sense why people are following the devil today. And you know what? The fucking all gender bathroom that I just saw the other day and had to use, it didn't even freaking have a trash can in there to put anything. Like, oh, well, why do you need a trash can? Well, why do you need your life? Like, it just does not make any sense. Why don't people stand on the way of the freaking train sometimes instead of stand right next to it and get ready to jump on it? Like I don't know. I'm gonna leave off on this. I'm probably just gonna go. Um, I don't know if I will ever forgive you, Stephen Barone, for molesting me and asking me when I was about fourth grade, if not almost fifth grade, if I would do a porno video with you because you wanted to show your friends how to do it and how to get it done. I think that is disgusting. I think that you and all your people need to get some God help, which means going to Grace Chapel, getting prayer. You know, that's what I did back when I went there. Um I don't even know if they're open anymore. You know, I'm sure my church that I go to now is trying to make sense of things with me being there. I just know that Wonderful Acts told me, you know, it's best to just go to a church and try to be faithful at that church. I don't know what to say. I just hope that I can find forgiveness. Um, because you're still in the same house as me as if we're fucking 5 years old and like, oh, it's okay. Like, no, it is not okay. Like, I'm not okay with the guy